Okay, hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm Calvin and today we're back to our philosophy topic. So, as the God is exists in the history and the way that the philosopher talking about the omnipotence being, so in the histories there is a lot of the way that people describe the God. And in our last topic about the omnipotence being, we are talk about the way that the omnipotence being do things. And also I already give you guys a question that how that the things of the omnipotence quality can be fit with the other qualities of God. So that is a problem that coming to another side of the God about the holy good. So today our topic we will talking about the holy good of the God. So the God is often said to be the best and the goodness, the goodest kindness and best God or the best person, best things in the universe. But of course, as you guys see, if someone is the best kindness and the holy good, so which means that he won't let the bad happen or he won't do the bad things. So as this logical, how come there is evil exists in our world, right? Because if the God choose to not let the bad things happen, so that means he can easily destroy the evil. Evil is the things that may look like God, but they are not omnipotent. They cannot do anything like God. So if that's what is the logically about the God and evils, so why that evil still exists? So this is the thing that name it the problem of evils in the God issues. So there is a very this is a very important problem because, well, we could argue like this: God is and things that do anything, can do anything. He's omnipotent and omniscience. And God and evil are logically, which means that they are things that we didn't see. We know they are there, but we didn't see them. So they are just in logic. They are logically exist. But if God is holy kind and the omnipotent being, so he will not let the evil go in to do the bad things. But now we could see that the bad things always happens. So that means evils they exist. But in the two things that are logically, there is just one thing that can exist and the others cannot. Because if the others does exist, so that means the qualities of that things will not be the truth. As an example, if evil exists and God exists too, so there is the proof that God didn't going to stop any evils on the world, and that means that God didn't the holy good things. So as that occurred, we will come to the result that God didn't exist. Still, this is just a problem. The problem of evil actually is just a problem. So if you also believe that God is omniscience, that which means that they are the things that know everything. So as well as the holy good, so we will have the mind map here outside before after this. So if God is omniscience, which means that he knows everything. So which means that they know how to stop evils from doing bad things. So the problem here that why that they didn't do it. They didn't stop the evils from doing bad things. And the second reason that God is not the omniscience. He didn't know every way and everything to stop the evil. And the next problem that the next question that is God an omnipotent being? So there is two results too. God is not an omnipotent being. At this point, we will see that yeah, they cannot go in just to delete the devil easily. But if God is omnipotent, as we know, so why did he didn't destroy the evil? So this is the way that we are trying to figure out that is God really omnipotent and omniscience. As our last topic we already talked about, can the qualities of the God making sense with the word? So what if being good and allowing bad things to happen is another way to going to solve this problem? So as we see, there is someone like me myself. My dad always asks me to go to bed on time, and I think that's a bad thing because I hate to go to bed on the time. I want to play games, but still that's a good thing. Even though I think that is bad, but that's a good thing because that keep me feeling better and feeling fresh for the new day to go to school. So that is how the bad things work, which means that there is still some bad things, but that's good enough for the God to allow it to happen. But still, this way of explain cannot going to solve all of this, like all of the case of the world, because this not just the bad things that is so good to be allowed in the world just happen. There are rape, there are murder, there are terrorists, there are a lot of bad things that exist in the world, but we didn't know why did God do not going to stop it. So some religious people will going to say that that's because the God have a better plans for you. They want to that bad things to happen because there is a bigger and better plans for before after that. So this is just a way of going to explain it. And if we ask them the evidence, they know no, that is just the plan of the God, and that's your fault or that's your problem, not too smart enough to go to see that plan. So that is one way of going to explain too. But of course, I do not going to satisfy just with this response. With this response, I think that this is not what the God should do. They have to, like, they didn't going to get us the better plan. They maybe there is some people that may have the God better plans, like the people who have disease, people who have disability. They will not get the God better plan at the time they get that things. But after that, they still can work as a normal people and they still have a better plans. Which means that that's the way we are going to let them believe in the God. And of course, that thing does really work because the God always have the better plans for people who keep going forward and fall forward. Even when you fall, you still want to fall forward. You still want to keep going. You still want to improve yourself. So even though you fail, but you still have another way to go forward and keep going. So the God has the better plan for you if you are the people who want to get out of that bad situation. So that is what about the better plans of God. But there is another way of explanation of the God choice when he let or when they let the evil exist in the world. That the free of the people who want to choose that. But that's for another topic. And of course, when we say that's for another topic, which means that our topic today is finished. And that's all for my video today. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you guys on my next video. And it's time for us to say goodbye then. See ya!